Hi, this is Carrie Brownstein.
This is DJ Premier.
This is Darren Aronofsky.
You got the RZA right here.
Rose McGowan.
Radiohead.
Aisha Tyler.
Tribe Called Quest. Fred Armisen.
Prince Paul.
Javier Munoz, Seth Meyers.
Frankie Cosmos.
Flying Lotus.
Hi, we're Chaim, and you're listening to the Talkhouse Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Talkhouse Podcast. I'm Josh Modell. On this week's episode, we've got the guitarist-singer of a great youngish band from Minneapolis in conversation with a hotshot guitarist who's just starting to make a name for herself, Nathan Stocker of Hippo Campus and Yasmin Williams. Hippo Campus formed just under a decade ago while Stocker and his bandmates were still in high school. They came out of the gate just as you might expect, eager and excited, releasing a series of EPs followed by a bang-bang pair of excellent albums and inspiring crowds at pretty much every festival you could think of. After touring behind 2018's Bambi, Hippo Campus took some time to stretch their legs, with each member heading off into side projects of various sounds and sizes. But the band reconvened with fresh motivation and a clearer-eyed outlook last year, and they came up with a powerhouse of an album with the simple title, LP3. It's slightly more mature in the best ways, but still incredibly catchy and true to their sound. There's a lot of inward-looking, existential lyrics, but wrapped in fantastic hooks. Here's a little taste of Ride or Die from Hippo Campus's LP3, which is out this week.
If you wanna go outside for my love, get by for my love, you can see right through me. If you wanna go and get high for my love, make you cry for my love, like you said you knew me. If you wanna go and waste time for my love, pay no mind to my love, you can walk right through me. If you wanna go outside for my love, ride or die for my love, could you see right through me?
It was Stocker's idea to chat with guitarist Yasmin Williams, who he had recently come across via NPR's long-running, always reliable Tiny Desk concert series. That performance was particularly captivating because you're not just hearing what Williams can do with an acoustic guitar, you're seeing it as well. She takes the foundation built by fingerstyle masters like John Fahey and Michael Hedges, but brings a modern sensibility to it. In this conversation, she talks a lot about her love of metal and math rock, bits of which you can almost hear in her beautiful playing. Williams has released 2 albums so far, and as you'll also hear in this chat, she's working on a 3rd. Here's a little bit of the song Swift Breeze from last year's Urban Driftwood. Stocker didn't know each other at all prior to this chat, but it turned out that she's a Hippo Campus fan. The two talk about guitar nerd stuff, YouTube videos by Andy McKee, being in competition with yourself, and of course, the inspiration for Williams' interest in music to begin with, a little game called Guitar Hero 2. Enjoy.
I saw your Tiny Desk.
Oh, word? Nice.
And I was like, okay, let's go. This is fire. Yeah, I was blown away. And so that was like just a couple weeks ago. So
sick.
Fresh on the Yasmin train, but I'm here for it. You're amazing
Thanks
at
for
what you
joining.
do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Alexandria, Virginia. Where are you at?
Minneapolis.
Oh, sick. I've never been, but I've heard good things.
Come through.
I hope so.
Come through. Yeah.
Probably freezing, but...
It's snowing right now as we speak.
Ew. It was 70 degrees here yesterday.
Yeah, okay, I'm jealous.
Is that a mountain dulcimer? Like, I'm seeing an instrument in the background.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Sick.
I saw it on Craigslist, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Yes.
It's like $100. It's not the most practical thing.
Gotcha.
But it's got a cool sound.
Well, I feel like I've stopped myself so many times from making, like, those super late-night Craigslist instrument purchases.
I feel like the acoustic instrument collection, like, at a certain point... It just gets like, well, like, what are you doing having like 10 guitars?
It's ridiculous.
It's just crazy.
It's ridiculous. Like, I think I have like 13 guitars, and I'm getting another one made now, and I'm probably going to buy another one soon.
Okay, let's hop in. Let's hop into Guitar Town.
All right, cool.
I saw it's the Skytop, right? That's like your main guy. Mm-hmm. I'd never heard of them before, but it's all custom.
Yeah, it's like custom. They're all custom guitars. Eric Weigeshoff is the guy that runs it. And he just makes these super high-end, custom-made acoustic guitars. He did a great job. I really didn't have anything to do with it. I just picked the woods and was like,
Crazy.
you should build this. I can't build anything.
I saw on one of, I think it was the rig rundown that you did, you said the holes, they were like naturally in the wood, you know?
Yeah. So they're
The sound holes on the front?
Mm-hmm.
That's so tight.
I know. And it's like, it's cool because I'm a big fan of just like nature in general and just like sustainable stuff and reusing stuff. And like, it's really just like a piece of like driftwood. Like it's just like throwaway stuff that normally people wouldn't use, but he repurposed it into guitar tops, which is really cool.
2021, here we go.
Right? Boom. We got to do it.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
This climate's getting out of hand. We got to repurpose stuff.
When did you start playing guitar?
I was 12. So that was
Okay.
13 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah. I started playing because of Guitar Hero 2, the video game.
I've spent my fair share of time hitting those 5 buttons.
I was never interested in guitar really before that. Like I don't know. But after getting that game, it was just like, boom. It was cool.
I wasn't really allowed a lot of video game time growing up, but once I hit middle school and I started making friends with people who owned video game systems, and then that was my hack. I would just go over there, and Guitar Hero 3 was like 2007. I wasn't allowed to listen to a lot of like secular music growing up in the church, and so Guitar Hero 3 was like my what would you call that? I don't even know. My breakthrough into
that's
being
cool.
a worldly person.
How was that experience? Like
in the church growing up?
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, the sense of community, that was kind of all I knew, and I carry that with me still. But in terms of ingesting art and music and the parameters around those things, it was kind of constricting.
Yeah.
But only in hindsight, right? You know, it wasn't until I like got to high school and met everybody in Hippo Campus that the doors were kind of blown open for me. But yeah, Guitar Hero 3.
That's interesting. Yeah.
That's where legends are born.
I didn't grow up in the church per se, but I wasn't really aware that the style of music that Guitar Hero 2 or Guitar Hero 3 included really existed.
Sure.
I didn't listen to like any rock music. Like I didn't know who the Beatles were until like high school-ish because we just didn't listen to that.
Yeah.
Like we listened to like jazz, and we, meaning my family, listened to jazz and hip hop and R&B and stuff like that.
Is your family musical?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Both of my brothers sing, and one of my brothers is in a go-go band, if you've heard of that style of music. It's kind of like funk, kind of like soul, kind of... Yeah. But like not... I mean, it is and it isn't. Anyway, it's really cool. It's like a regional DC style of music.
Cool.
Yeah, my mom played instruments all throughout her childhood and adulthood. My dad's like a go-go music connoisseur. Like he knows everything about it. He's not like musical, like he doesn't sing or play anything, but he's like a dictionary when it comes to that, or like an encyclopedia.
Hell yeah, the sommelier of go-go. Yeah. So from Guitar Hero, then it's a big turn, I think, with the music that you make now. You know, like there's not a lot of acoustic tracks on Guitar Hero 2. Yeah. So where did that come from? Were you like on YouTube and then like me discovered like Candy Rat and like Andy McKee, and then it was just like a wormhole? I discovered Candy Rat late, and I didn't like most of it. So it wasn't really helpful. I wish it was more helpful. Probably would have made things easier. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I was interested in, like I was the only person who I thought like knew of it or like cared about like playing acoustic guitar that way. So I just like was just kind of in my head for years with it. I didn't really look to like outside influences. Cool. Which in hindsight, yeah, it's cool, but it was also like difficult because I don't know, luckily I was a weird kid, I guess, so it wasn't really difficult at the time, but looking back, it would have been a lot easier had I just like went on YouTube and just looked up like, I don't know, percussive finger style or something. Yeah. But I'm happy I didn't do that. So you're self-taught though, like you like figured it out for yourself, like what you wanted to hear and like how you wanted to play certain things. Yeah, I'm all self-taught, yeah. So were you writing like right off the bat? Pretty much, yeah. When I switched to acoustic guitar,
it was like 2 years into me starting like playing guitar. Yeah, the acoustic guitar just lends itself, at least for me, super well to just writing songs.
I love the percussive elements of acoustic guitar. That was like where I got my start as well. I was really drawn to that instrument before electric guitar, I guess.
Oh, really?
I would go to my grandpa's house, and he had this Gibson J50, and I'd just take it out and be like, this thing is so old and so beautiful. And I'd go on their computer and like Candy Rat was like my home.
Wow.
And I learned like a bunch of Andy McKee's stuff and, you know, all those white dudes.
Andy McKee is, he was one of the few that I liked on there because I felt like, I don't know, for me, and this is why I like y'all so much, the song is more important than whatever technique or whatever you're using. And
absolutely.
A lot of acoustic guitarists then and now seem to focus on technique, and the song itself is lacking. And like Andy's a perfect example of harmonizing both of those elements, like technique and song, to form something
huge
that you want to hear. I feel like you and y'all do the same thing. Like your guitar playing is difficult. Like,
I feel the same
having
way.
tried to like sit down and like, I'm like, dang, okay. This is like math rocky, but like also like kind of like the Midwest emo thing happening. But like your tones are super awesome and I can't replicate that. And yeah, it's just, it's great.
Well, I appreciate that.
I wish I could give me some lessons.
You got it. You got it. But it's all, you know, it was interesting all throughout high school. That was the primary focus, was emulating those, you know, the fingerstyle acoustic guitar players online.
Now that you say that, I can definitely hear that.
And then bands started being a thing at my school. And we all started like playing different like coffee shops and things. And I was like, okay, I should probably pick up the electric guitar and trying to like hybrid those things together.
Yeah, how was that switch? Like, did you miss the percussive elements of like acoustic?
I did.
Yeah.
But I also discovered the more like the gear oriented side of electric guitars and pedal boards and stuff. I mean, I know you have your setup and that whole thing, and it just became such a obsession with I mean, the word tone itself, when you're talking to guitar players, I'm never trying to use that word. You know, I'm trying to stray from that word as far as possible, because it's just like I don't care what cables you use, man. I don't care. You know, like
the whole
it doesn't matter.
Debate.
Yeah, and looping back to what you were talking about, like technique wise with the Candy Rat stuff, it is the song that we're searching for, I think, at the end of the day. Like that is like the number one priority. If you use different techniques and tricks and things to get to that point, then that's cool. But early on, I made the distinction. I was like, I don't want to be a guitar player. I want to be a musician, and I want to be a songwriter. And using the guitar to do that, that's just like, it's an instrument for that. You know, it's literally an instrument, guys.
For sure.
Like, use it. And all these pedals and cables and shit, like, I don't know. I went down that wormhole, and then it was like post rock and like instrumental music like that, and like
goodness.
where the song names are like the most creative part of the music at a certain level. Sometimes I'm not shitting on post rock, whatever.
Yo, wait, we're about to have a fight. I mean, I'm a post rock stan, so I can't really. That's like what kind of got me interested in this style of music, anyway. To be honest,
it's all good. It's all good. We can disagree.
You're correct on the title thing, though.
I'm kind of over exaggerating, but I think that is such a weird, I don't know if it's a skill, but I guess I'll just ask you, like, how do you name your songs?
I was just going to say, as someone who doesn't name their own songs, it is a skill. I don't name my songs. I can't come up with titles.
What do? You just random song name?
I ask people at shows, or like a couple of times I had like competitions to like let my fans decide what to name and pick the best one.
That's rad.
My mom names a lot of them. I think I've named 2 songs in my life. Like other people, I feel like almost know my music more than I do. Like it's nice to have another perspective, and to see if what I'm trying to like emote through the song is actually happening, and usually it is, which is why I can depend on other people to name my albums.
Dude, collaboration at its finest.
But yeah, so you were a gearhead.
Gear.
And now you're not a gearhead.
It comes and goes in waves, you know? Like right now, our guitar tech, we're going to build a guitar for this next tour that's coming up. And
Wow.
I've never done that.
Any details you can let slip?
Yeah, let's see. Alder body.
Nice.
Quarter sawn, 5A flame maple neck.
Whoa.
Rosewood fretboard, you know?
Nice.
Bigsby. It's like a Strat body.
Whoa, okay.
Which I've never, it looks pretty metal, actually, this guitar. It looks,
with a Bigsby.
it's
Nice.
just so, with a Bigsby, yeah. It kind of scares me, which is why I think I have to do it. But I'm excited. It's going to be cool. And my point with that was, I'm trying to get back to what my point was. It comes and goes in waves, right? So like right now, I feel like I have to kind of give a shit about it because of wanting to take this upcoming album to the next level and to kind of push myself to like not just thrash on stage, but also the wave thing. I love the simplicity of just plugging a guitar into like a shitty amp or something.
I miss those days.
Just making that work for you, you know? Like there's so much that can be said for that. I have like my pedal collection, but I'm not like swapping out pedals every weekend for Sunday service, you know, and then taking that photo that everybody takes, you know, it's like pedal board Sunday, you know. I'm not into that, but it's a love-hate relationship, you know. It's like if it gets me excited about creating things, making things, and just like sitting down and actually like tracking something, I'll turn a pedal on.
I feel that. That's a good attitude to have, I think about it. I also was obsessed for a while. A friend of mine got me into pedals, and I wish he hadn't because it almost ruined my life.
Absolutely.
Just looking at demos every day, it's just like,
I
need this pedal. I need 8
Shout out Knobs,
pedals.
though. Shout out Knobs.
Oh my gosh. Knobs is such an OG. Knobs
Changed my life.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I wish he'd do more demos now, but I mean, he started a whole wave of great like pedal demoers, which is great.
I will watch Knobs videos to chill. You know?
Same.
Just to hang out and like relax and like focus on my breathing and
literally like meditate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like the sales driven by those videos.
Yeah.
The amount of money I've spent on shit after watching a video of his, like crazy.
I've kind of been able to avoid that. It's been extremely difficult throughout the years. Just ridiculously difficult.
Yeah.
But it's really like, I feel like my main thing, and this has kind of always been the case, is like, I focus on things I need to achieve what I need to achieve. And for a long time, it was like trying to get the best sounding acoustic guitar I could get. Like even with the rig rundown, like my board is just, I only have those things on my board to like make my guitar sound good. Like there's so many pedals that I want that are cool. Like, I don't know, like Strymon Night Sky or whatever that I could probably use, but I don't know. For me, it's like function. The pedal has to like do something to help me sound better. It can't just be cool or sound like interesting. If I can't use it musically, then I can't really get it, which sucks.
Yeah, I feel that. So are you ever writing like in the DAW or anything like that? Or are you kind of just sitting down and really like sketching it out? Are you notating at all ever?
Yeah. So I do all of those things. It just depends on the song. Like some songs I'm notating a lot more now because my music is getting like to the point where it's not just guitar. So I just have to like notate for other instruments or whatever. I used to just literally just sit down with just my phone and just turn on voice memo or whatever and just do that. I have like thousands of them, which I stopped doing that because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with what I'm doing.
Yeah. You never finish anything.
Exactly. Like usually how I write is like a puzzle. Like I'll take a voice memo from, I don't know, something I did yesterday and then like try to write something else for like the next 2 weeks. And like if I don't come up with anything, maybe something from 2 years ago fits and then like put those things together. Something like that. So like it'll eventually end up getting used. It might take like 5 years, but it'll eventually get used at some point.
That's the best. You never know. Like
exactly
anything could be the key to making a song, you know, taking a song from being good to being great, or working at all in the first place. Yeah, absolutely. Record everything. That's my mantra.
Do you sketch things out like before you hit the studio, or do you kind of just like let things happen in the studio, or both?
In recent years, it's both.
Cool. That's good.
We used to write in the room all together, just like jamming ideas out and like struggling through songs, you know, just like, okay, we can't leave this room until we find this bridge, you know.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But with this last record, half of it was written pre-quarantine, and then the rest of the album was written in quarantine. And so there was a lot of remote work being done. And that kind of forced us to, again, look at our songwriting process and be like, okay, what works? How do we all feel like we're being heard and acknowledged within the group, and our ideas are being circulated in a way that's healthy? And we're always just like throwing things on, and we have a hard time. Like, I think the best ideas that we come out of the gate with end up being distilled down and like kind of refined like throughout the process, because otherwise it's just, I mean, a disaster, just a complete catastrophe.
Everyone has equal input, it seems.
Yeah. Even if like a song is like completely written start to finish by one person in the group, like we'll all come in afterwards and add little production details. We've got this studio in Minneapolis that's like, we've got a live room, and utilizing that space has been a big part of this last batch of music that we are putting out. So
cool.
It's exciting, but it's weird to watch it grow and change and morph over the years. I don't know how you look at it, like project to project or album to album, but are you still chasing like one thing in your playing, or like maybe like the overarching vision of Yasmin, like via acoustic guitar and like the music that you make? Are you still like trying to gain that thing, or do you feel like you're just on this journey and it's more fluid? That's a shit show of a question.
No, I get it completely. I think I would like to say it's the latter, but it's the former. I'm trying to grow as a person to make it the second, like,
sure,
to make it so I'm not caring about constant improvement. It's kind of my, I wouldn't say Achilles heel, but it's kind of a thing that I might have to calm down on. I don't know. I have a goal of making every record I put out like the absolute best I can put out at the time, which I guess is everybody's goal. But like it's almost to the point of like feeling the need to like top myself after each release will probably just put too much pressure on me at some point, which is kind of how I'm feeling with this third record. Since I wasn't really expecting the second one to, I mean, I knew I was going to put it out, but like it came out better than I thought it would given the circumstances.
Hey, there you go.
If that makes sense. Now for this next one, it's just like, my need to like constantly improve is even bigger than it was like a year ago. So now it's like,
kind of taking over.
I mean, it's a healthy relationship. It's just like I'm in competition with myself, which is probably weird. I would love to be able to think about it though in terms of like just appreciate the journey that I'm taking as like a musician, and I'm growing and improving, and you know, just what you were saying. But I'm still a bit neurotic.
Are you in the middle of recording it right now?
No, I'm just getting like demos prepared, and I have so many ideas in my head, which is another thing that I struggle with, especially now that I've met just so many other musicians and like I've collaborated with people way more than ever.
Yeah. And
I have like a long list of people I want to be on that I want on the record, and it's like, oh, I have to like narrow it down a little bit.
Sure.
And it's, I don't know, having options makes things difficult in terms of like refining like what I want to do. But yeah, I'm still writing for the third record, but it's
cool
happening quickly. Have you guys recorded like the new record?
Yeah, it comes out February 4th.
Oh, snap.
Subtle plug. It's going to be cool.
The last one was great.
Thank you. I was going to ask you if producer-wise, are you you're steering the ship? Or are you like working with, okay, cool.
No, I've never done that. And I don't know if I know how to work with anyone. I mean, honestly, this is going back to the neurotic thing. I'm very much like, I don't know. I just like being in charge of, I don't want to say everything, but like for my first record, I was in charge of everything. Like I didn't overdub anything. Everything was like 1 or 2 takes. I was very adamant about having control over how it sounded and doing everything. With the second record, I let the engineer, who did a wonderful job on the sound, and he showed me new things and new techniques, and like, maybe you should do this and like make it more spacious and more lush and stuff. And for this third record, I don't know if I want to work with a producer, but I want to like just kind of relinquish some control over some things and let other people like help me make it better.
Are you shooting for getting everything in like one take, or?
Not anymore. I used to be very upset if I didn't get it perfectly in one take, which makes no sense, right? I just thought it was cheating.
Yeah.
If I couldn't play it perfectly in a take, then it's like, well, if I have to splice stuff, nope, I got to do it again. But
where's
now
that come from, do you think?
I have no idea. I really don't know. I've thought about it and I can't figure it out. But it's gone away. Like this last record, I was perfectly fine with, just because there were a lot of moving parts. The more complex my songs get anyway, it's just not going to be. And like me adding other people in too, it's just, overdubbing is happening. But
right.
No, I'm not. I don't have to get it in one take anymore. And plus, I kind of can't with like all the overdubbing and like intertwining parts and stuff like
the
that.
layers of it. Yeah. It's a constant battle. I feel that with myself too, where
like, do you get upset with yourself if you don't like nail it in a take or two?
Me, I've boiled it down to like the efficiency of it is something that I really want to like pride myself in.
That's a really good way to put it. Yeah.
Like hitting something. Yeah. Just like being efficient, which means doing something quickly too, in the studio.
Yeah.
I think over the years, like if you can do something efficiently, the process is just so much more enjoyable.
Absolutely
and
agree.
so much more fun. I think the music reflects the enjoyment with that.
And a lot of times, I don't know if this is the case for you, but the first couple takes are always the best. The longer you play something, the worse you're getting.
The first or second takes, like it's like you barely got into the doors, and that makes like that makes the experience better. Yeah. But like every take after that, you have to wait through like the whole movie until you can hit that thing again.
Yeah,
exactly. You have to break this wall down again, and it's just fucking frustrating. It's
and exhausting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like studio time ain't cheap either.
Absolutely.
I mean, hey.
Dude, come to Minneapolis. Let's make a track or something.
That would be a dream. Absolutely.
Our studio is it's a good time. It's kind of messy right now, but it's a good time.
Cool. I will be down to do that for sure.
All right, let's do it. It's gonna happen.
I can try to fit in the Hippo Campus.
Yeah, dude. I think we're just gonna be writing again next month. I think that's our plan. Like, just to see where things are at and like maybe start the next record. But I think that'd be kind of tight.
Very tight.
We should just make like, I don't think we've never made like an instrumental record there.
That's what's up.
Let's do it.
I'm clapping for it.
I saw in one of your interviews you were talking about metal.
Yeah.
So you played electric guitar first.
Yes.
And then you switched to, okay. Were you like, what were like top 5?
Metal? Okay.
Top 5 metal.
How do you pronounce the necrophagist, I think is how you pronounce the black tech death. No, they're like I guess, are they black metal? I don't know. They're a very technical band.
Hell yeah.
Obscura. I'm trying to think of people you might know.
Sure.
I found a lot of like underground, like Scandinavian dudes who like burned down churches and just did weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was
That's
very
my
angsty as a kid. I liked Slipknot. They count.
They count. I think we can count Slipknot at this point.
They count. I don't know why I'm debating that.
I love that.
And Cannibal Corpse and
oh yeah. All right.
What was the darn band? Nile.
They
were like Egyptian themed. There was like an Egyptian themed death metal band that I thought was interesting. Like they only talked about Egypt in their lyrics, like ancient Egypt. That's it. Suffocation is another huge one that I liked a lot. Their drummer, his blast beats are, I don't know how to describe. They're just brutal.
Are you a Tosin Abasi fan?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a whole other like genre that I could rattle off.
Yeah.
Like Animals as Leaders is great.
Yeah. Top 10.
Chon is great.
Chon is great. Oh,
Y'all are
they
great.
make me feel. Thanks. Okay, we got it. Top 3: Animals as Leaders, Chon, Hippo Campus.
Y'all give me those
3
vibes
Ps.
though. I mean, like, I don't know.
3 peas in a pod. It's brilliant.
Like, come on, Buttercup. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Next tour, I think we should have a 4-band bill. You're headlining. Animals as
What?
Leaders. Hippo Campus is first of 4.
That would be the happiest tour ever.
It'd be so fun.
People would flip.
I was in Boise and I saw Chon walking by.
Oh
We
my
were playing
God.
a show.
In Boise?
And I was like, that's Chon. Hey, Chon. I was just like, yeah.
Of all places, Boise?
I didn't say hi though. I got scared.
Yeah. I saw Abasi at NAMM and he just walked by me. And I also got scared and didn't say anything.
Dude is ripped too.
Yeah,
Very
had no idea he
intimidating.
was. Whoa. Bicep is as big as me, wearing all
very
black, just walking with a purpose.
Do you like get out of town like pretty often?
Yeah, now, like lately, like for touring or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if not, though, just to visit friends because I have friends like spread out. So
Sure.
I'm in New York a lot, North Carolina a lot,
Cool.
Minneapolis soon.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, let's make it happen. Come through.
Yeah, I used to have a friend that lived there and he liked it. Wait, where
Sick.
are you from?
Kind of all over. I was born in Arizona,
Oh,
and I guess my 3 mains are Minnesota, Arizona, and Texas. I lived in Texas for a little while in Houston,
oh, cool. Okay.
but I was bopping around a bunch because my dad was a pastor, and so we were like planting churches kind of all over the place.
Wow. Okay.
And that's kind of where I also started like actually playing music, was just like needing people to play music.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was like 20-person church in the middle of the desert,
Wow.
so we needed somebody to play drums, and I'd slap those drums, and then just kept playing and all that. But Arizona, got family out there.
That's cool.
But I've been living in Minnesota for the last 12 years or so, 12 and a half years. So it's definitely home. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't see myself leaving anytime soon, I guess. Moved back up here a month before I started high school. Didn't know anybody, just like
Dang.
thrown into it. And then the arts high school that I went to, where we all went to.
Oh, you went to an arts high school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was
cool.
performing arts high school. So we were all in different bands and things throughout those 4 years. And then Hippo Campus started towards the end of it. All the kids that went to that school, like, at least in my grade, that's kind of our crew still, which is kind
That's
of rare,
wild.
I feel like.
That's extremely
like-
rare, but really cool.
A lot of us stuck around and stayed in bands and different things throughout the cities. So yeah, it's nice to have that community still, albeit a rare one. And there's a lot of baggage too at times that comes
Yeah,
out.
it's
Those
cool
people.
though. Man,
Yeah.
I was in a performing arts like program in my high school. It wasn't a performing arts school, but the program was pretty big. So that's cool that you were in that.
Okay, yeah. Was it like during the day, or was it kind of like an after school thing? Or
It was during the day, and you like specialized in certain things. So we had like band, orchestra, choir, dance, theater, music tech. I was in music technology.
oh, cool.
So you take like special classes. I was in band too, but music tech was like my focus.
Okay, so like Sibelius.
Yep. I mean, it's cool though, because like, I don't know, it's nice to be able to meet a lot of people and, you know, you have more options in terms of friends. Like having gone to small schools and larger schools, I definitely prefer larger schools.
I was like homeschooled for a while too. And then it was like,
Oh, wow. Whoa.
yeah, it was like homeschool and private school, because my dad like got like discounts at the private schools because he was like the campus pastor or whatever.
Were these like religious schools or just like private,
Yeah.
regular? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like private Christian schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my first public school experience was high school, ninth grade.
Wow.
I had the best time. It was like, it was unreal, because it was like I would just geek out about music with these people that I'd never, just strangers, Yeah, it was really eye-opening for me, and I got into metal. I feel like the metal phase was just like, everybody, when you're a freshman in high school, metal.
It's just weird how that's a thing, regardless of like background or like
Yeah.
upbringing. It's like if you hear metal, you're gonna like it at some point as a freshman in high school.
It's universal.
There's no getting out of that.
I feel like the technical appeal to it maybe is the thing, but it fizzles out pretty quick. Oh, full circle though, right? Because like the songs themselves, you know, like that's what we're trying to do.
Exactly.
The technical prowess of metal.
I mean, I still love metal. It was a thing that lasted for
All right, whatever, man.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
You're right, though. No, you're right. You're right with the tech stuff. I don't listen to much of that anymore. But the more atmospheric metal or like, you know, the just
Sure.
that type of stuff is cool.
So when are you going to pull out the metal zone for your next record? Soon?
Okay.
Come to Minneapolis. We'll put the metal zone on it.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I need to go there and see what we can do together. And it may or may not come out. I feel like it probably will. It has to now. Like, this is going to be published.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a thing.
This is going to be a thing.
Shout out, Yasmin. I mean, when's your...
Thanks.
Okay, come to Minneapolis. We'll throw some demos down for the new record.
Let me, so
we'll just kick it. We'll just hang out.
Man, I'll be on tour, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm touring with
let's
Andy McKee, actually, funnily enough.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We're playing a lot of shows in California. And
I'm coming out.
You should.
That's
oh
crazy.
My gosh, you should.
That's so cool, dude. Oh, I'm so jealous. That's amazing. Have you met him?
No, not in person yet.
So nice.
But everyone says how nice and sweet he is. So I'm very excited
hell of a guy. You're going to have so much fun. That's so cool. I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out to a show
excited.
for sure.
Yay.
Dude, this has been great. I really enjoyed talking to you and picking your brain. And
Same. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. This has been great.
Woo.
We did it.
Thanks for listening to the Talkhouse Podcast, and thanks to Nathan Stocker and Yasmin Williams for chatting. If you liked what you've heard, they both have great new music out now. And if you like the podcast, please follow Talkhouse on all your favorite podcasting services and social media channels. This week's episode was produced by Myron Kaplan, and as always, the Talkhouse theme is composed and performed by The Range. See you next time.